Good evening, everyone. It's Sunday, July 11, 2021. So I got day one. Vlog number 1561. Currently, I'm just uploading the vlog from yesterday. Spent the time watching this video. Yesterday's vlog should already be up. Please be sure to go check it out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Right now, I'm having some hot cocoa that I made. Okay, y'all. I am doing the hemp milk with the hot cocoa. It's the barista blend, right? It works so divinely. I'm still too scared to do anything that's like hemp related though, because it gives me palpitations in my heart. But dude, it tastes so good. It's better than regular milk for cocoa, hot cocoa. I made some last night and I have just been sipping on it because I don't know what would happen if I just drink all of it at once or whatever, like you're supposed to, like normal people do. So I got to like the halfway point and then I started drinking some earlier today, and then I still had some left over today, so I have some. I'm gonna have some now with some beef pasta, and I had some beef pasta earlier as well, and I've just been mainly drinking water. I also made cereal. I had to go to Walmart to pick up milk, so I got the Oak Farms, I guess it's like 1 liter or something like that, 1 quart of 1% low fat, hold on, vitamin A and D milk. I just don't like how they kind of glorify hemp, like it's like in big letters, like even, okay, if somebody was to try to help me at the market, the supermarket, it would just be like way over my head. I would just, because I am clueless half the time as it is. It's Monday now. I might do some grocery shopping today. Like obviously during daytime hours. Even though Walmart is open 24 hours. Probably will go there later on in the morning time, in the daytime, like normal people. I put some in my beef pasta. I still have to go through my grocery store, and I just now opened up this bag of mozzarella. I honestly bought this mozzarella from the Whole Foods brand. I don't like it as much as Walmart. Can't lie. It's like I just got used to Walmart brand everything, including their string cheese. So, but I'm trying to switch to this one. I don't know why. I just am. Here's that with the cheese. So I wanted to eat like some cereal in the morning, or something for breakfast. So it was gonna be cereal, and I ran out of milk, so I had to like go and grab the milk. And I got back. I just grabbed milk, and then I came back and made cereal. And then I discovered that I have ants. First of all, I don't know how that happened. But yeah, so what was I saying? So I came home and made the cereal, and I made some beef pasta without cheese. I should have just put cheese on it. I don't know, like it's so weird that there isn't any cheese on it. It's like I'm not on a diet. Anyways, here's the hot cocoa. Yum. It's interesting how I found ants like the day after I crack open a bag of hot cocoa. I swear to God. How meticulous I am. Like, I know exactly when, like, something's gonna happen before it happens. Like, oh, check this out. It's huge. So, yeah, if, like, especially with hot cocoa, this is the prime reason I don't use hot cocoa is because the ants. I know I'll get ants. Look, there's 3 right here. Check it out. There's one right there. There's one right over there. And there's one under this plate. And like, I thought that it was because of my lollipop consumption, but yo, I literally take off all of the candy off my lollipop sticks that are on the floor. So it's not because of that. It's the cocoa. It's the cocoa. It's the hot cocoa. I know. I talked to my mom a little bit earlier, and she got a new cleaning lady, so the house was like nice and spick. I was like, you don't even need to have that other girl working for you, because there are plenty of other people that can do the exact same thing. It's not exactly, you know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's not rocket science, and nor is she a rocket scientist. I like the cheese. I'm a fan of the cheese. My left eye still itches. Like, oh my God, my allergies are out of control, you guys. I took cetirizine as I usually do this morning. I dropped the cap. I don't always drop stuff, guys. Yeah, and I've been researching, like, okay, so basically healthcare, this is how it works. Medical doctors are usually, let's think in a very general sense, medical doctors are usually at the top of the chain, okay? And chain of command. So below, directly below doctors, you'll have nurses, and you'll have RNs, you'll have nurse practitioners. Okay, these are people with masters in with a master's degree in nursing, for example. So generally 2 years following your bachelor's. RNs can be as low as the associate's level, but they can also be as high as the bachelor's level, okay? And then below RNs, you have LPNs. And then below LPNs, you have MAs. And then below MAs, you'll have CNAs, and just a whole lot of other little people below us. So that's the chain of command in a healthcare setting. What I find is, and this is just my own perspective, that it is cheaper, because what I've learned just watching videos on YouTube is that people will go into, you know, some healthcare specialty trying to get a career started in healthcare, you know, because people, you know, they are in demand, to be honest with you. But I still think that you're going to be in debt no matter what. So if it was me, I would probably try to do my doctorate first, because I know this nurse literally racked up $300,000 in student loan debt. You can go to medical school for half that, a little bit over half that, and become a doctor, which is basically what you're doing anyway. You're just getting paid more for it by just getting a few more years under your belt of education. So it's way more worth it. Because when I look into right now, I could go and do my bachelor's degree and finish my bachelor's in something. So the cost is always going to be pretty average to go to school, but it's nicer for you to just be able to go ahead and hit that MD mark if you're really thinking about staying in school long term. You know, just due to the fact that you don't have any confidence in yourself when you choose what route you want to take. So you'll choose nursing, or you'll choose something in below that. But it's just a way better option for you to just go and finish med school. That's what I would have done. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people, that's what they would have done. They just didn't have the option to do it. You know, so that's why they're in the position that they're in. That's just how I look at it. But yeah, that's just how I look at it. I mean, and this is not keeping anything in regard to like the traditional female role of being like a housewife, you know, married with children, kind of thing. So this is mostly people that want to make money. So, you know, keep all of these things in mind. Traditionally married women marry like during med school is what my opinion is, because you have your bachelor's degree and you could meet someone good during that 4-year period, but I wouldn't see that happening. Not when I like first went into college. I was like, I strongly doubt I'm gonna find a good like soulmate. So anyway, so thinking if I would have started med school, then you can find, but there again, they're mostly people that are just trying to get an education and trying to become doctors. They're not there to meet people. You'd have to arrange that whole ideal yourself, is to, you know, find somebody nice and, you know, kind of settle down with them, and then in the center of medical school, marry, and then continue with your studies married. And that would give you ample amount of time to be able to plan for a family. So yeah, and normally for people that do that, they normally won't start to build a family until they're through with at least like the classroom portion. So that first 4 years of med school, they normally won't, you know, have a family until they're finished with those first 4 years of med school. which means that they probably won't settle down until like the end of those first 4 years too. You know, unless you're in the center of med school and then you find somebody at that time. End of the range that I'm talking about. It's just towards the end of those 4 years. Towards the end of those last 2 years of med school. But generally, that's never the case. People won't find anybody like their soulmate, and not even in the middle of medical school, not towards the end of medical school, not towards the end of the last 2 years of med school. They may even just like start their careers, and later on down the line they will get lucky. I believe I knew this one surgeon. He met his fiance, I think at 35 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, or 37. So pretty later on. But to be honest, I mean, it just makes sense to me, like real shit. Yeah, so like pay is really great, but you can make a lot of money doing anything, you know, these days. But it is one of the greatest perks of going straight into medical school rather than going into nursing or other fields, because you'll start out just making like hella bank as it is. So and you should already know that going into any field, money should not be the reason that you're doing it for, right? So don't always think that way about things, you know. So and the reason that I say is like the respect thing is because people that go in and choose to do, for example, I'm an MA, but let's talk about LPN versus RN. People that choose to do LPN, it sort of seems like they're trying to compete with nurses, but nurses will always be higher in the chain of command. So because they just have a like higher education, you know, it's more specific, and it's more broad. So like, yeah, you know, they make more money, period. So you're just going to end up having more respect as an RN versus an LPN, period. And since LPN is technically lower in the chain of command, they have less respect and they make less money. So it just makes them look ridiculous. But anyway, then after nursing becomes the MD part, so it kind of fell into my lap. Like, I kind of inherited it. My dad was a doctor, and I have a lot of doctors in my family. So it comes working as an MA, and stuff, and like I could honestly see myself doing like MD type of work, and kind of following into my dad's footsteps. So yeah, Um, yeah, so it's just more like it's more respected, and you're gonna end up making, so you're doing the same kind of thing on any level of healthcare medicine. You're gonna end up pretty much doing the same thing, pretty much making the same amount of money, because in any level of healthcare, in medicine, you choose, you know, how much you want to make. So you always choose like how much you want to work and stuff like that. So yeah. So it's not about the money, I feel like. Okay, so these are for people that sort of already kind of have healthcare in their mind. This isn't trying to pull you into the healthcare field. This is just for people that already are like lined up to do this kind of work. This isn't for people that are like switching fields, like you know, they're in marketing and they want to go into healthcare. This is not that. I'm not trying to preach that. So yeah, if you already have like healthcare in mind, then that's great. Then this video will be helpful to you. So, and you'll want to go into directly as an MD into medical school and out as a medical doctor, and work as a medical doctor in the field, because if you, in, you know, the general scope of things is everyone's equal. Nobody's higher than anybody else. So if you're an MA, you're equal to the doctor. It doesn't matter. That's just what I've learned working as an MA for the past 6 or 7 years, is that everyone's equal. So the doctor is equal to an MA, etc., whatever. At the end, you know, it just all depends on how much you work. You're gonna get the same amount of pay, you know. And it's a great field to enter into. It doesn't matter which level. Oh wow, Prince. Okay, that was a little hectic there. You will make bank. You know, that's just how it is. But money aside, becoming an MD, it's just a lot smarter thing to do, because you're essentially doing all the same tasks. As an MA, you're essentially doing the same tasks as you would be doing as a medical doctor. It's just smarter because you hit all the main points that you would learn on the field as an MA, an LPN, an RN, and so on after that. So this is key, because you know, you want to be in the top of the chain of command. Because I don't know, that's just what I preach. So from a traditional point of view, you're what is the word for it? You're the master of your domain. Master of your own domain. So, and then this pimple just popped, like, I don't know, right as I was editing yesterday's vlog. So what was I saying? So, like, I see a lot of YouTubers, people on YouTube, that are nurses. They're like RNs, and LPNs and MAs, and stuff, and even CNAs that start out in the healthcare field and then they work their way up, and sometimes, you know, they have goals, they have aspirations to become doctors or whatever. But like what I've learned just working as an MA in the healthcare field, I feel like it all just sort of kind of runs together. I mean, when, you know, you're an MA, you're always going to be a little bit lower than a nurse, like an RN, so you're always going to kind of report to the nurse. That's going to be your superior. So, you know, you don't want to be at the bottom of the chain of command. So, like, an MA will probably report to an LPN as well. And most of this is due to the pay. I'm not going to lie. I mean, MAs will report to RNs as well as LPNs just because they are a little bit higher in command, and because, you know, it's just because they get paid more. And then, yeah, so, but no, like, the doctor doesn't report to anyone. They are, you know, the sole proprietor, in a sense, of every aspect of the healthcare, like, you know, whatever, I don't know, industry. So just my like little output on that. And since I'm working as hard as any doctor would work, or I assume what the training would be like, you know, I might as well just actually become one. So yeah, but I don't see it happening, to be honest. I feel like I'm more of the housewife type, and not the working women type. But I don't know, there are a lot of, in these days, there are a lot of women that do both. They might get married like at a later age, but they do achieve both. And then, you know, just work throughout their whole life, you know, after marriage and into marriage and stuff, and having a family and everything, and following having a family. I feel like this itch is not going to go away anytime soon. It's just like there's a lot of sinus pressure. I think that I have like an infection just on this side, and what was I saying? It just hurts like all over to just even barely touch it. The allergy medication is helping me, like, as much as an allergy medication can help me. I mean, obviously I will take the amount that I have, but once I run out of the refill, or once I run out of my medication, you know, I will stop using it unless I get a refill. And then, you know, like, but I'm building a tolerance to it. So it's like, honestly, how good can it really do? But it kind of helps, so it's nice to have to take. But I don't know, it's not making the sinus pressure go away. It just sucks. It feels like this eye is like blown. Anyways, everyone, I'm gonna close the vlog. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys on the next vlog.